Mr. Antony, today, the senior MP from the Congress party, Dr. Akojam, wrote a very passionate letter and a very emotional one to the Home Minister. He says that the situation evokes memories of the 1947 partition, with missiles and drones being involved. It has taken a deadly turn, and as a result, the lives of Manipuris do not matter to the center. Now, given the fact that this has been, as Rami Desai was pointing out, that there are clear vested interests at play which benefit from keeping Manipur on the boil, does a political statement, many would say that despite what Manipur is going through, calling it on terms of partition is perhaps a bit of an exaggeration? Should hyperbolic statements like these not be avoided?
Mr. Bhattacharya, first of all, let me tell you this, that I am really shocked to hear from a person who is a specialist on Northeast saying that that's an insult to the Manipuris as well as the Northeast people that they are taking support from CIA. How can somebody say that without an evidence? How can you insult the people of the Northeast by saying that? Now, the second is you're saying that Myanmar border is compromised. So you're saying that the Indian army is completely compromised on the border? So isn't that the failure of the central government to have the army compromised to have a free flow of such high-end equipments? Can any one of us get a drone for a public event in India when such high-end drones and rocket-propelled grenades happens in the state of Manipur? So who's being compromised there? Is it the government of India? The constitution has been completely collapsed. We consider Manipur as a part of India. In the last 16 months, the Prime Minister of this country has visited France, Russia, Ukraine, and all sort of destinations which he wants to see. But he doesn't have the time to go to Manipur.
But then
what is the interest they are protecting? Is it the poppy? Is it the...
No, but let then, Mr. Antony,
you listen to all of them patiently.
If it's an insult to even say that...
No, don't interrupt. Then I'll walk out. Then I'll walk out.
Go on. Go on.
So, whose interest they are protecting? The poppy culture, Himanta Biswa Sharma, Biren Singh, and the Supari import and the Supari smuggling, gold smuggling, and all sort of things like that. By creating such a situation in Manipur, they are supporting all these illegal trades. 60,000 central troop is there in Manipur for a 22,000 square kilometer state with 33 lakhs population, and they are not able to control. You have seen the BJP governments controlling with bulldozer in other states. Why they can't exercise anything? Kuldeep Singh was made a security advisor on May 4th, 2023. Then he was made a unified command headquarter chairperson on May 31st, 2024.
Okay.
What is he doing? And now the editor is also very clearly saying that this looks like an engineered protest against the government of India by the chief minister to have more powers to him. And what has he been doing? Where are the failures? Whose failures are this? And are we not considering the people of Manipur?
Tell me one thing, Mr. Antony. If obviously no one is saying that a common citizen of Manipur is hand in gloves with the CIA or with the China, but the fact
that is exactly what he has said.
That
the people of Northeast is getting support from CIA, just like other countries.
Mr. Antony, let me ask my question. Mr. Antony, I've let you complete your point. Let me ask my question, please, for God's sake. My point is, where are these drones, where are these rockets coming from? If there is no external hand involved in propping up mischievous elements, where are these rockets and drones coming from?
Exactly my question. So what is the central government and the border force doing? We have a BSF, we have a CRPF, we have a paramilitary, we have everything there. What are they doing? Can't they check this? Whose failure is that?
Then let me put that question across to Rami Desai. Let me put that question across to Rami Desai and PK Mishra. Rami Desai, what is your take on these allegations that we have heard through the panel about various lapses in the center on the security front? Because obviously they've allowed drones and missiles to be smuggled in across the border. And at the same time, again, I come back to the question of optics. You have heard another guest on the panel say that, at the very least, Manipur should have gotten its own governor and not have a ad hoc governor who is actually with his core responsibilities in Assam. The Prime Minister is yet to visit Manipur for the past 16 months here. Are these not measures which the central government could have taken in order to give a more robust signaling to people who are trying to foment trouble in Manipur?
Look, you've asked a very good question, and I would like to respond to my previous panelist as well. Rich coming from the Congress talking about security and the security situation in Manipur. Considering when Congress was in power, when the Kuki and Naga fight happened, it took them 9 years to solve it. All these years, and I've been traveling these areas and studying these areas for over 15 years. I'll tell you, in all these years, there wasn't an inch of border control. There wasn't an inch of border fencing, even though immigration was rampant, not just just in Manipur, but in all other states in the Northeast, and the demographic change in Assam and Tripura will tell you that. And now Manipur will tell you that as well. Today we are, cleaning up the mess that the Congress didn't bother to address. Do you think that this illegal immigration has happened overnight? Do you think that 999 illegal villages have cropped up in the last 5 years? Do you think that the kind of fault lines that we see today between two, completely innocent communities was not the seed that was sown in the Congress time? It was the Congress that used the cookies against the Metis at one point, So let's not talk about what this government, hasn't done without looking at what the historical legacy issues of these areas are. Now, having said that, yes, I think it's important that certain steps are taken. They are taken swiftly, but like I said earlier on, this situation, every time it tries to come under some amount of ambit of normalcy, it's raked up again. Nobody in their wildest dreams could think that just when it was limping back to normalcy, that suddenly drones would be used. The entire narrative also, sir, let me say this about the CIA.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, you are a very erudite scholar, but I don't understand how long are we going to continue with this argument that we are cleaning up for the Congress's misdeeds. It's been 7 years since the BJP has been in power in the state of Manipur and the centre. One would expect that in 7 years, given the much touted double-engine Sarkar which the Prime Minister keeps coming out, the ills of previous regime would have been sorted out, which is why you have been the party has been voted to power.
But if you know the terrain, it is not that easy, to plug it. Even when the FMR was revoked, this time round, post the conflict, there was objection to it saying we have transnational ethnic ties. So do you think that it is easy for any law to be implemented without one community or another community objecting to it, So I think we have to look at it in the larger context. Now, if we are talking about illegal immigration, we are talking about the conflict in Myanmar having an impact on us, then please do tell me why was there such a huge objection from the Kuki community against the FMR being revoked only for security reasons, to the extent that in Mizoram it had to be reinstated again. So these are issues that we must understand are affecting innocent people. When the BJP
point taken, Ramadesa, because I'm